I did it in a bad Rolls Royce. I did it in the road. I thought, why don't I do it in the road? Formula 1 22. It's Sunday, therefore it's race day, and the Formula 2 Championship continues as our career mode adventure in F1 22 continues. As many of you know, Formula 2 season, full Formula 2 season, more or less. Not 2 sprints, just 1. Come on now, let's not get carried away. A full F2 season first, then that basically buys us a route into F1 somewhere, and then we do a full Formula 1 2022 season in the game as well. Azerbaijan this week. Now, Monaco, I will say, was not as harrowing as it could have been. I didn't do as badly, but I was still quite far back, to be fair. Maybe fingers crossed we'll have a little bit more luck here. Still worried about some of the tighter points in that circuit. A lot of 90-degree turns with nothing but wall at the edge of the circuit. You'll see in a moment. It could prove itself to be quite a challenge. Here we go. So the driver career, resume career. Here we are. Uni Virtuosi Racing. Last played last weekend. Here is round 3 practice coming up. And in terms of the championship, you'll see that Skip, my good self, is in 15th place with 3 championship points. All of those came from our first weekend in Bahrain. Let's get this thing loaded on. Those of you who are my British chums, how have you fared in the weather today? Hopefully you're all okay. Please say yes. If you found methods to keep yourself cool, of course, that'd be neat. So here we go. We get our first glimpse at how this race weekend is going to turn out. Yet another 45-minute practice session, 1-shot qualifying, an 11-lap sprint race, a 15-lap feature race. The weather seems to be good throughout, so we're not going to have the same thing that happened last week where practice was in the rain. So it didn't really set me up very well for the rest of the weekend. I think things should be a little fairer here. 50%, I should mention as well, 50% race distance, 50% length practice as well. So we'll be doing that through F2 and F1. I think we should probably get this party started. Could take a while. What's that blinking all about, by the way? We had that in Monaco as well. Woo! I won nothing.
As all cars are now over the line, your top 3 again are Armstrong, Schwartzman and Daniel Ticktum. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula 2 action very shortly.
Practice is done then. One set of medium tyres for the entire session, and they got chewed up through doing tyre performance practice and race pace practice. So by the time I got to trying to do anything with qualifying pace, I mean the tyres were gone. They were gone. You would have been better. Bread rolls. Just go out the Cheery connection. Bread rolls. Hi. The fastest driver out there in practice was Marcus Armstrong, 157.2. Some 0.3 off that is my teammate Felipe Drugovic, 157.6. But oh boy, we got to go a long way down here. A 158.4. Skip's best time. Now, let's have a look. Beckman, Deleda, super close, right? Half a tenth between us there. Then a little gap to Liam Lawson, a 58.2. 3 drivers on a 58.1. If I'm lucky and I'm tidy, I could probably pull half a 10 out and be that little bit quicker, which in this lineup would mean maybe instead of being 22nd, I'm 15th, 16th, maybe that sort of area. It wasn't to be today though, but it does make me feel a little bit nervous about qualifying. Now I should be qualifying on a much softer compound tyre. That will at least mean, unlike going around on a dead medium, I will have the grip I need, and I can point that car wherever I want it to go, and it will actually go there, and not point that car where I'd like to go, and about 0.6 of a second later, it's decided that that's a reasonable idea. That's kind of the difference we're looking at there. So practice is at least done. I feel kind of okay with driving around the track, but there's obviously more time to find, and not a lot of time for me to find it. On to qualifying. Hello, you're right there, mate. Okay, so this is a car. Super, right, from mediums up to the super soft compound tyre. Very useful for putting in the hottest lap possible. And in fact, behind my disgraceful bonds, you can see the description there. The most aggressive tyre compound in the range provides ultimate grip, but has the shortest lifespan. Excellent for qualifying. I guess it gets used in the feature race as well, but it would be for a very short run, maybe 5, maybe 6 laps max. Car setup, I'm not changing it in F2. There just isn't the time to experiment with setups, so we leave that as is. Weather's good. Tyres are fresh. Not much else to do, but get out there and do the best lap I can. If it sucks, have another go. Okay, here it is. Much more zippy. Much more zippy. Let's not make any mistakes now. I can carry so much more speed through the corners. Oh, a bit sloppy there. I would have lost a bit of time. Let's go. This car can go wherever I want to put it right now. This is great. Whoa, boy. A little bit sloppy there. Oh, bump. Down to, I'm losing speed so much. I was leading that qualifying lap. Now I'm down to 8th fastest. 8th.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are Armstrong, Lawson and Christian Lundgaard. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the feature race tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
The 4 points go to Marcus Armstrong, fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Armstrong with a 1:54.406. I had the pace in qualifying until that very fast, high-speed left-right flick, where I hadn't lifted off quite enough on the entry to the left turn to be able to carry that pace through the right turn. So I had to brake a little bit harder just to make sure I didn't hit the wall on the exit coming out of that right turn. That slowed me down enough where I'm almost half a second off. So when I was saying if I do a good job, I can find about 4 or 5 tenths out there, I was doing a good job until very, very close to the end, and I lost that time. So I could have been maybe front row, first 2 rows, and then it just crumbled. But, and I do apologise, by the way, mea culpa here, I do apologise, I didn't do a gamble on qualifying, which I should have really done. I'm sorry about that, but I will make sure that we have those in place for the races. So despite, again, areas for improvement, that is the best qualifying position so far. 8th. Where is my teammate, by the way? So there's yours truly. There's Skip, a 1:54.903. Drogovic, 1:55.1. Not a massive difference. 2 tenths. But 2 tenths here, clearly the difference between 8th and 15th. And a 1:55.3 there, Deleda, the last driver. But look, everybody there qualifying within a second of each other. That's some damn good improvement, is it not? Thanks for the support there, Chiri. Most appreciated. Righto. That is a positive sign. What this means is I'm now fighting for position. You know, fighting so I don't fall back, and trying to make passes where I can. It's not the easiest circuit to overtake in. But anything up there in the top 8, top 10, in the sprint is points. Anywhere in the top 10 in the feature race is points. So there are some good point scoring opportunities at this stage, it looks that way. I just can't mess it up. Please don't mess it up. Sprint race, 11 laps, coming right up.
Welcome back to Baku. We're on the edge of the Caspian Sea in a bustling, vibrant capital, which once again plays host to the spectacle of Formula 2. This is not your usual racing circuit. It provides one of the most complete tests for the field. Sector 1 sports a set of 90-degree corners, around the block if you like. Sector 2 gets even tighter with the old city walls. Sector 3 just turns 16 to negotiate, and then 2.2 kilometers, flat to the floor, full throttle, in 6th gear, all the way to the end. Joining me today is a man who is no stranger to going fast. Davide Valsecchi of GP2 2012 fame. Great to have you here today, Davide. Are you enjoying yourself here in the beautiful city of Baku?
Absolutely, Alex. Baku is fantastic and so this track. Have a check. The architecture, the narrow street. Easy to see why it's one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar. But Alex, street circuits can be unforgiving. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a safety car or two out during today's race.
We're still in with a chance of winning this title. We need you to push as hard as you can in the 5 remaining races.
I take it you mean the team, and not me personally with only 3 points. I can see the safety car from here. Why's that? Why does it look like I'm in 3rd? I'm confused. But intrigued. Let's have a look at the race strategy. We have a projected, also a personalized, by the way. We'll look at that in a moment. We have a projected strategy on medium. No pit stops. Let's face it, it wouldn't be a good idea to do one. Where by the end of the race, we'll have tyre life dropping down beneath 50%. Not crazy changes in lap times, thankfully. We're looking at a 20-minute and 37 second race. I don't see why we would do that. Now, remember at Monaco last week, I thought I'm at the back of the grid. What have I got to lose by having a one-stop strategy in a sprint race? Well, actually, a lot. Because I managed to get ahead of another driver, and then I came into the pits and I lost that position. So, just no. So we're going to stick with the default strategy, but now because of the race practice program, we will have a personalized as well as a projected strategy. Let's have a look at the difference. Well, I will use slightly more tyre life. And I will be slightly slower. So, projected. Oh, this is what the team think. Personalised. You're disappointing them a bit there, Jack. That's not great. It has to be the default, though. I mean, anything else would be crazy. All right, then. Let's see if I can... I don't know if I've got a... if I can pull back... No, well, sprint will do. Okay, let's think about this. Yeah, here we go. 2-minute prediction, everybody. In fact, I'll do this thing as well. I should definitely have some of this stuff set up as buttons. It would help me an awful lot. What? There we go. Have an announcement. The gamble is coming right up. So, place your engagements on the outcome of this sprint race. 11 laps, starting in 8th place. Where will I finish in this race? Will I hold position or finish higher than 8th? Or will I drop back and finish 9th or maybe even lower? If I had good mods, I wouldn't need to do it myself, of course. Does anyone know any... That's incredibly rude for the people who are actually already here. I mean, Gilly can take it, but Churi, I don't want to offend. Other mods, right? Okay, fair. 8th would be nice. That would actually help me out in the feature race a little bit, I think, as well. Anyways, we have a little under a minute of that gamble left. Please place your prediction with your engagements. There's no one in on 9th or lower at the moment, so someone might want to get in there and make it interesting. While we're ticking down on that, I need to get this party started. I'm in 3rd. Why am I in 3rd? Why am I in 3rd?
Okay, so let's go through all the gears.
Why am I in 3rd? I am in 3rd.
Engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with...
So that was... that didn't happen.
Clutch bite is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please.
Is this car not going to pass me now? Alright. Here we go. There was a lot of panic. Why am I in 3rd? And also, where the heck is Piastri? So I'm allowed to do this formulation lap, even though I gunned it off the start, and I'm actually real terms 2nd here because Piastri won't pass me and take his position back. There we go. We got a split on the gamble. Well done, everybody. That makes it interesting, doesn't it? Right. Need to settle. Why am I in 3rd? Were there penalties? There must have been penalties. There must have been... Might not find out until after the race. There's my grid position.
Okay, not the best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts.
40 centimetres off.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
All right, here we go then. I don't know why I'm in third, but let's go. Makes it easier to be higher than 8th, I guess. Slow start for Schwartzman. Could be on for a pass on this first lap here. Bump. Front wing's fine. Right, keep your head together here. Yep. At the end of this race, when we get to look at the finishing positions, and we get to see who's started where on the grid, and we can look at race director and all that kind of stuff. I wonder if there'll be anything that will tell us there about the any potential grid penalties that came into play. I'm losing a lot of time to the car in front here, so that's bad news. It's 2 seconds. Right, let's put in some good ones. That's better. Come on now. Just need to focus on tying some good sectors together. I'm creating a gap now to Vizsgál behind, but Schwartzman is sort of pulling away, and I don't like that. Little lift, hopefully not too much. Right, here we go. That was good. Why couldn't I have done that when qualifying? Not that apparently it would make much difference. Right, we're going to start lap 3. That means DRS is active. This is a concern. Because those cars behind, if they're within a second of me, they're going to be able to use their drag reduction system and get a little bit of extra speed. And therefore close the gap. And I don't really want that. Because they will attack, and I don't want that. Schwartzman now almost 4 seconds ahead. Here we go. Trickiest bit of the circuit. It's allowed Viscal to close the gap by some measure. Oh dear. Those rear tyres take a kicking on this circuit, don't they? Look at them. 20%. On the right rear. I'm going to get past. No doubt about it. Maybe even by 2 cars. I'm going to stay in the middle. I've got to make it hard for them. Jack Aitken has retired. Very unlucky season for Aitken. Tictum is behind though. And really putting the pressure on. Schwartzman now 7 seconds up the road. Unbelievable. My best time currently a 1:58.7. While this is going on, let's get a full race update.
Okay, you sat in P2. Schwartzman's ahead of you. And gap to the car in front is 7.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Tictum behind now. Less than a second separates you.
Yep.
They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. And that's 8 laps to go.
That's better. So 62% say 8th or higher, 38% 9th or lower. Well, I just need to not screw it up. Easier said than done. Right, we're in the second of the DRS zones. Tictum may well be fighting the car behind. And so that's sort of distracting him a little. I think I lost a bit of speed there. to get a bit sweaty from this point, I think. Gosh, they get so close. %, on that right rear tyre now. That's going to give up the ghost before this race is done. Right, watch out for this. Here comes Tictum. Gonna have to give him room. Oh, the speed difference there with the DRS is insane.
You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Now I have the overspeed on Tictum, so I've taken second back.
Nice move. Keep going.
I'm gonna have to make his life difficult. Now there seems to be a race for position behind. Piastri on Tictum. Oh, you don't need stuff like that. Do you know what? I'm actually not letting that bump happen. Let's pick it up from there. Oh, great pass, thank you. Yeah, I was lucky. There was a DRS zone. He got me on the start-finish straight, but I could pick up the DRS from him going into the second zone and get that place back. Now he's he's behind Piastri, and Piastri is. I was looking at the timing screen, and not where I was driving. Stupid. From there, I picked the wrong point to take a look. Sorry. Yeah, Piastri is closing though. So lap 6 of 11. Still in second place. Schwartzman having a race all by himself. Nearly 11 seconds ahead, and they're setting fastest lap after fastest lap. They've now done a 1:57.8. I'm about to tuck in something that's nowhere near that. 1:59.3. They're having a whale of a time out there. Lap 7 of 11. Who am I racing?
Right, so the drivers we're racing are Schwartzman and Piastri.
I'm not really racing Schwartzman, you big fat liar, you know that. Teammate status.
Gap to your teammate behind is 11.4 seconds.
That's not bad.
On old mediums, they're in 18th. For the time
Whoa.
last lap was 2 minutes. Okay, that last lap was a 1:00.4.
What? Just saying weird stuff now. Bump.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Thank you. I beg to differ, but... Driver behind.
Piastri's behind, and the gap behind us is 0.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 59.6.
Okay, let's have a look at Piastri closing the gap here. 0.5 down to... No, the pace is... Oh, no. They've got DRS here. Okay. It looked like they were not catching, but then they were catching. The problem now is this next DRS zone coming up after this left turn here. I will have to drive a very wide car. Half a second behind. Tictum isn't necessarily pressuring them. Here we go. Yeah, tyres are starting to lose some grip. This is where things could probably get a bit troublesome. Rear wheel spin's going to start being introduced. That right rear is getting close to 50%. Wow, not a bad turn. Right, keep an eye on Piastri behind. Oh! Oh! Whoops! Uh-oh. Here we go. Right, let's get through the sequence a little bit better this time, shall we? That's it. Right, Piastri, 0.8. 2.5 kilometers here. Plenty of time to catch up. I have no DRS. They do. 0.65.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 14.2 seconds.
Didn't close it enough. Had just enough gap. Lap 9 of 11. My best lap, a 158.0 apparently. Piastri's closed up. I think I went a little gingerly through a couple of those corners there. It's as easy as that, as me. Right, managed to pull away from there reasonably. But grip is going to be an issue. Especially coming out of corners. Need to be a little bit more confident before I really slam the power down. That those rear wheels aren't going to try and continue the turn without my permission. Gas 3.5. Definitely closing. This is going to have to be defense territory. DRS zone is theirs. I'm going to hold the inside. That might just be enough to keep them off my tail for this sequence. I think I need to be a little harder through what we have here. Try not to lose too much time. Better. Just need to survive another couple of laps. That's all I have to do. Right, 0.6 behind. Point 4 behind. Point 3 behind. Good run out through there, but Piastri is 0.4 behind. I think we're looking for a very similar strategy to try and hold the inside. Make him go wide. We only have to survive this corner.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Right, and hope he's closer this time. Have to try and hold the inside again here. Some defensive driving to hold on to this position. Piastri's put in the fastest lap. Okay. How are those tyres doing? Whoa, Betty. 63% on the right rear. Oh. Right. Let's hope this is good. A good little sequence. Just through here. Keeps me out of trouble. Schwartzman, 15, almost 16 seconds ahead, has won the race. Second place has my name on it if I can keep Piastri behind. Piastri has DRS. They are closing the gap. And that's second.
Great work, well done. We're really happy with the podium here, well done.
My goodness.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Prema today. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
This race, this win, was about one thing and one thing only: consistency. Anyone can be quick for just one lap, but there's a difference between that and being quick every lap, over and over and over. If you can do that, if you can gain ground when your opponents make mistakes, but then not make mistakes on your own, you can just push and push.
Push!
As we look back on a thrilling race here today, we can now see the drivers take their places on the podium. It's a familiar sight by now, as it's another successful F2 win for Prema.
I'm so happy. Well, give me some XP. What great things can I win? Some fake currency. Yay! I can buy more cosmetics.
And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Robert Schwartzman, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lirinzendeli. It was fast, aggressive, everything a top-class driver needs.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams Championship. Prema extend their lead at the top of the championship. It was also a strong race from Trident this weekend. Fantastic work from the Italian team to move themselves further up the table. After all this drama, you would be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Just mental. I still don't understand why I went from 8th to 3rd on the grid. I'll accept that as an outcome. But my goodness. That really was a gift. From starting in 3rd place, helped immensely in terms of the outcome of our prediction. If you remember, the question was, where will I finish? 8th or higher, or 9th or lower? Well, to finish 2nd, and to start 3rd in all fairness, is definitely higher than 8th. So yes, gamblers, congratulations. The engagement's yours. It was a head-to-head. It was Churi versus Gillifam. And Churi there, after voting positive so many times in Escape Simulator and coming up short, has got himself a little win there. Congratulations, Churi. Oh, blimey. Right, I'm going straight to Race Director. Collisions, mechanical failure, but no explanation why the grid positions changed. Bizarre. Well, let's have a look then at the results. Robert Schwartzman, a race all by himself. Finished in the end 16.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Skip, yours truly, from 3rd, finished 2nd. And my God, those last couple of laps in particular, as the tyres were fading and there was pressure from Oscar Piastri, could have easily ended up being 3rd. Some aggressive defending, especially on that final lap. And even to the finish line, seemed to do the business and kept Piastri honest and behind in 3rd. By less than a tenth, we're looking at about 600ths of a second there at the end. And for the first time, I finished ahead of my teammate, who is, after starting in 15th, now 18th. Goodness me. This makes things interesting for the feature race as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, we've got to take a look at those highlights. So, Piastri was 2nd, I was 3rd. Schwartzman had quite a slow start, I thought, and then I'm side by side with Piastri. Very wide there into turn 1, but just enough additional speed to get me past Piastri, who drops down to 3rd. At this point, very close with Schwartzman, I actually bump into the rear of Schwartzman a couple of times on that first lap. Probably enough just to unsettle me, as you can see there. Lose a bit of that grip. which kind of helps to extend that lead early on. There was a bump there on that one, but already a big gap between myself and Schwartzman. This is where Viscal and Piastri are battling it out. And here we go, lap 5. What's happening here? This is the battle with Tictum. So Tictum had DRS. And passed me here. I wonder if I'll be able to stick with this and see the response. Fighting over who's going to enter turn 2. Very side by side. A little bit of contact. It slows Tictum down just enough, I think, to make that pass. Which puts me back into second. And Schwartzman's off away. We don't have to worry about him anymore. It's now a case of Piastri playing catch-up. And me trying to hold my nerve and hold on to those fading mediums, especially the rear tyres. This is no doubt one of the first attempts from Piastri to get past. We hear it, but we don't see it. And here we go. This is turns 15 and 16. A little bit of contact on the wall again. And that's how close it was at the finish. So close at the finish. Let's just drop everything out here. So the finish line is there. That's your finish line there. I don't think I can change camera angles here, can I? No. So actually at the finish line, Piastri was completely behind. It wasn't quite a photo finish, but we are talking about probably very little space between the rear of my car and the front of his. So that's passing the finish line there, and it's not long after passing the finish line he looks to pull out. By which point I've already taken second place. A little bit of a bump there maybe. We kind of do a bit of slippy slidey. But yeah, there you go. Actual things happened in that sprint race. Wowzers. Oscar Piastri then with the fastest lap, a 157.6. Schwartzman a 157.7. Yuri Vips a 157.9. Marcus Armstrong a 157.9. I don't get to make it into the 157, so I have a 158.0. But seem to be quicker than quite a few other cars out there, so that helped. We looked at Race Director, not much to note there, but we are done for the sprint race. Next, the feature. So here we go, 15 laps in the feature race. There is very likely to be a pit stop in this one. So that could throw some interesting changes in the order about as well. Usually between the sprint and feature race, the drivers in the top 8 have their positions reversed. So I'd expect to be a little bit further back here, unless those rules have changed, of course. Not fully aware if that is the case, but I think it still does swap around. We'll soon find out. Here we go. What do you mean? Brilliant. Thanks.
Baku never fails to disappoint fans of Formula 2, so hold on tight. The cars are set on the grid and any moment we'll be starting today's race. Welcome to Azerbaijan.
Oh, thanks.
This is not your usual racing circuit. It provides one of the most complete tests for the field. Sector 1 sports a set of 90-degree corners around the block, if you like. Sector 2 gets even tighter with the old city walls. Sector 3 just turns 16 to negotiate, and then 2.2 kilometers, flat to the floor, full throttle, in 6th gear, all the way to the end.
You said that, Alex. You just said
We
that.
are nearly ready for the start of today's race, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the
Skip watch.
Marcus Armstrong lines up on pole position.
Here we go.
And it's Liam Lawson alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Lundgaard, Vips, Marino Sato, and Viscal.
Here comes Skip.
Tictum, Gip, Piastri,
Gip? Who's Gip?
Schwartzman, Aitken, Fittipaldi, Richard Verschoor, and Boschong. Drugovic, Beckman, Nissani, and Jayant Daruvala. Pourchaire, Zendelli, Samaya, and Alessio Deleda.
Oh, look at his smiling face there.
Out just moments away. It's time to go down.
He's just happy to be alive.
Joining me today is a man who is no stranger to going fast. Davide Valsecchi of GP2 2012 fame. Great to have you here today, Davide. Are you enjoying yourself here in the beautiful city of Baku?
Absolutely, Alex. Baku is fantastic.
Oh, he's going to say the same thing again. Absolutely, Alex. The hookers here are second to none.
Circuit on the calendar. But Alex, street circuits can be unforgiving. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a safety car or two out during today's race.
Well, we didn't have it in the sprint.
With 5 races remaining, we're still in with a chance of taking the Constructors' Championship.
Is there an echo?
For you today.
Is there an echo here? Incredible scenes. Hello, Too Damn Lucky. After watching for 2 hours, you feel like maybe you should get into F1. This is pretty interesting. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and checking it out. I'm having a good one at the moment. So better this one than the one that I had last week. So the feature race is upon us. A few more laps. Definitely will be pit stops in this race. They're mandatory, don't you know? A little bit further back this time. Now I'm in 8th position. We need to look at the race strategy. Now we have the personalized and projected thing as we did before. Be interesting to see whether this has any more impact here than it did in the sprint. Let's take a look. Okay, so the projected default strategy is let's just pop that there so you can see it a little bit better. 1 pit stop on lap 6. So out there on the super softs, absolutely gunning it for the first 6 laps, coming in, changing onto the medium tyres, and then doing the best we possibly can. You can see there between the first and second stints, the lap times, which is the dotted line, how you get a much more consistent lap time with that medium tyre than you do with the super soft, because even though you are marginally faster at the beginning, the drop-off is massive. And you're kind of gambling that many other cars are doing the same thing, right? So you have a pit stop maybe at that point, maybe a lap later, 2 laps later, something like that. Now, in Monaco, the decision to come in slightly early helped me out. It did mean that towards the end of the race, things were a little bit difficult. I think maybe if I was thinking about strategy on this one, looking at how things went in the sprint, that those last 2 laps, I was having cars putting the pressure on, and my tyres were fading off. So I wouldn't want to come in too early for that pit stop, because then I would have the disadvantage of older, more worn, less grippy tyres when I could be eaten alive right at the end. But let's compare projected, which is what the team kind of set as a baseline, to the personalized, which came from data in practice, it's probably going to be less good. So projected 28 minutes and 30. Ah, look at that. Less than a second. So the actual prediction here is that I will be eating into the tyres a little bit more. So the pressure for me then would be to try and be as mindful of those tyres as possible. I'll rock with that personalised strategy. Of course I will. But the alternate strategy I don't think would work at all. You lose too much time in the pits. Another 20 seconds easily. Possibly even longer. And it would require laser-like precision, staying to the racing line out there on the circuit, making no mistakes whatsoever, to even have a hope of staying in the top 10, top 8. It would be very difficult, I think, to make lots of positions if you were doing that. So I think we have to lock ourselves into the one-stop strategy. I expect most of the other cars around me in the top 10 are going to be doing exactly the same thing. There's no point taking big risks when making positions either via the pit strategy or on circuit really need to stick. So we shall lock that in. Let's get a couple of things set up here. Firstly, it's just before we get into the feature race. It'll be about 30 minutes, this race. So I need to just make sure I've answered the call of nature. And I'm, you know, much better to do that before than when we've started our journey, because I can't just park up and go for a quick whiz. It's too late. So we will take a break here. While we're doing that, let's get the prediction ready. I'll give you 5 minutes on this one. And we'll use exactly the same parameters, I think, as for the sprint. So 5 minutes for this prediction. Make like the real racers and go in my suit. Well, I think you'll notice I'm not wearing a racing suit. These are my actual street clothes, and I would like them to not be covered in my own urine. Thank you very much. Great suggestion. Not realistic. 5 minutes. Feature race. Where will I finish? Same parameters as before. 8th or higher, 9th or lower. And at this moment, just before I take a break, let's make a brief mention of this. Very, very recently, the 6-hour Dead by Daylight bonus was met. And the community challenge is done. And so we have the 6-hour bonus Dead by Daylight stream coming up next Saturday from 2 PM UK time. 6 hours of killer. And probably all filler. But that is coming up next weekend. 6 hours of Dead by Daylight. Do put it in your diaries. It would be nice to see you there. But for now, I'm going to burp and take a little pee break. Enjoy placing those engagements, and I'll see you in a few. Hello. I'm here. I'm back. No urgency now. So I can just refill the bladder. Oh no, renal system, oh no. Gilly Fam has just gone into street clothes, which proves beyond any doubt that it can happen. I mean, there was no doubt. Thank you for waiting. Thank you also for making your predictions. We have another split. 44% of the engagements in on 8th or higher as a finish. 56% of the engagements in on 9th or lower. 1 versus 2. KG KG here. No big numbers. Too Damn Lucky and Gilly Fam have gone in on 9th or lower. Churi, once again, looking on the bright side there and hoping that I maintain 8th or maybe even finish higher. And Ambaswan has redeemed a stretch. I should probably do that before, you know, I can't. So I will. It's not a bad idea, really. I mean, we're looking at close to half an hour of me basically moving very little. So a little limber up doesn't seem like a bad idea, does it? Oh my goodness. The old stretches, eh? Just the arms, though. Just the arms. I'm not going to start touching my toes while I'm on the clock. Alright, that'll do. Okay. I guess there's very little for me to do now. Except to get on with this thing. We got the formation lap. And then we have 15 laps of the feature race to go. One more little quick hydration, and then I'll get this underway for you. Also for me, to be fair. Right. Adopting driving position. Here we go. Let's bring the microphone in there. That's right. Good stuff. All right. Fingers crossed, everybody. Eyes down for a full house, etc. Hopefully you have a good one.
Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap.
Okay then, here we go. Nice little side-to-side jiggle to help heat up the tyre carcass.
Rain for the time being, conditions look good.
The bottom right-hand corner there just kind of shows you the status of the brakes, the engine, the tyres. You know, try and keep them as green as possible. It's going to get a lot more manic after this. This is just the gentle Sunday drive before the rat race truly begins. Hello, Panda. Thanks for lurking. Hope you are staying as cool as you can this weekend. Doing alright so far, that's good to hear. Or, you know, read. So I'm still, this whole, like, parking into my grid slot thing, I'm still struggling with.
Okay, that's not an ideal placement in your grid slot. You're gonna
Overshot that one.
at the race starts.
I'd like a good lunch.
The lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed.
You betcha.
With the clutch.
Okay, here we go then. 15 laps. About to get underway. Good luck, have fun. A little bit of wheel spin there to get away, but bit of bumping. Rubbing is racing. 5th position. A little warning for a collision there. Took a cheeky gamble. Just made it through turn 2. A little late on the brakes there. Famous catchphrase of mine. And now here we are, 5th place. That was a bit scrappy, wasn't it? But let's pick it up from here. Lundgaard is interested in being the last of the late breakers. So, do you know what? I'll have a go at that. 3rd place. Right, we've got to make this count while on the super soft tyres. They have a lot of grip, a lot of speed. A little bump from Vips. Right, now to try and behave a little bit. Armstrong and Lawson ahead. We don't really want them to run away too much. And if anything, if it goes anything like the sprint race, I have visions of those 2 drivers ahead just tearing away and me having a train forming behind me, which would be great. Sideways. Vips is crazy close, and there we go. Stay behind me. Yeah, Lawson and Armstrong here. A spaceman and a Japanese convenience store are tearing away there. Really want to close that gap. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Oh boy. Let's have less of that. Less of that wheel spin. That would be great. Vips is a flippin' mentalist. Really trying to close that gap here. .3, yeah. Surely, Vips has me now. Right. That wasn't to avoid being overtaken, that was because of the rear wheel spin. I expect I will have to concede. Oh, no, okay. That seems a bit cheaty of me, I'm sorry about that. I think it's only a matter of time before he catches and overtakes anyway. My Sector 2 seems to be my weak point on this circuit. Bump. That was very scrappy. Pick it up from here. Do these two again. Get so close. So close. He's got me this time. He's gonna get me before the DRS zone even.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place. Gap to your teammate behind is 7.2 seconds.
They've all got DRS, right? So at least I have the DRS of Vips. Which will help me not lose out too many positions with any luck. Oh boy, it's feeling tense again. Not quite as tense as Monaco, but the stakes are different. I've absolutely made a dog's ear of this, or a pig's ear, I suppose. Dog's dinner, pig's ear. Vips is now 2.5 seconds ahead. So I'm the logjam. Cuckoo Cachoo. So that's off the podium. Best time currently a 1:59.6. Viscal now closing the gap, has DRS. I do not have DRS. I have to take the inside and defend really hard. That's all I can do. That was a good turn too. One of my better ones.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Lap 5. We're planning to pit on lap 6. Viscal 1 second behind. Vips 2.3 ahead. Full race update.
4th position, you're in 4th position. Okay, Vip's just ahead, push, push. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 2.3 seconds. And they're on old super softs. The car behind you is Viscal. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 1.0 seconds. And they're on old super softs.
Ow!
The leader is 10.0 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. And 11 laps to go.
Alright, thank you. Hey. Come on now. Viscal, 0.6 behind. Vips, 3 seconds ahead. So, no DRS for me. DRS for Viscal behind. Probably having to go in defensive again on the inside of turn 1.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
And we're coming into the pits on this lap to change to the medium tyres. So let's see if I can put in a good one. The old rear wheel spin. Much sideways, not enough forwards. All right. Oi! Let's take it from there. Okay. Who else could be pitting on this lap? Anyone ahead? Or are they staying out a little bit longer? Here we go. Coming up to the pits on this lap. Viscal is like more behind than ever before. And some cars are coming in behind now. Here we go. Oh, a good turn in. Lots of cars coming to pit. Some of the leaders are not.
That was a fantastic stop.
Thank you very much. Lots of position changes. Plenty of cars all coming in. Exactly the same strat.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
You betcha. Rear wing damage. How did that happen? Did someone bump into the back of me? Uh-oh. That's going to affect what I can do for the rest of the race. So some fresh medium tyres gives some more grip back. Maybe not as good as the super soft tyres on their best, but a lot easier now to get this car where I want it to go. Just over halfway to go on this race here around Baku City. Pit stops are done. Whoa, 13th position. That was terrible. Actually, that was awful. Right. Bump. That was close to being a bomb. So, which cars ahead are going to be pitting on this lap then? Decided to stay out an extra lap on their super soft tyres. Teammate is in the pits.
Okay, Felipe's in the pit lane. Felipe in the pits.
Okay, well, I'll be comfortably ahead of him. Samaya Deleda in the pits. Piastri also in the pits. Right, how does that all shake out? Back and forth. Yep, Viscal behind, Vips ahead, so normal service is resumed. Okie dokie. Let's settle in. If I can't catch up with Vips, can I at least increase the gap to Viscal behind? Driver behind.
That's Viscal behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Time last lap was a 2:20.1.
Right, let's take it from here. Yeah, no bumping. Who am I racing?
Here's who we're really fighting today. Vips and Viscal.
Not really Vips, though. Look at the overspeed.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.5 seconds.
Oh, got the pass done. Hold my nerve. Right, DRS is open. Let's not go straight ahead at turn 3. You're gonna block. Right, that's that position back. Here we go. This will just serve as a bit of a reset. The threat hasn't gone away. Oh. I hate that sequence. I lose so much time there. You can see how it causes Viscal to catch up. Okay, 0.8 behind. Driver behind.
The car behind you is Viscal. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:57.8.
Awful turn 1. Amber's lost it. Right, lap 10 of 15. Need to put in some good ones here. Chuck it around, let's go. How are those tyres looking? They're okay for now. Tyre status.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, flashing green. Is there an issue?
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Liam Lawson is out of the session and is in the pit lane. Just have to lift off a little bit there. The trouble with that is that the rules say in a yellow flag you do have to lift. But it's difficult to trust how much the other drivers are doing that, and if they're using it as an opportunity to catch up with you. So that's put me back into 3rd position because one of the drivers ahead is now retired. Keeping Viscal behind is even more critical if I want to finish in the top 3. Bit sloppy there, that's allowed Viscal to catch up, is less than half a second behind currently. Need to push a little bit. Right, that should help maintain a gap. Here we go. I don't think Viscal's going to have the opportunity to catch.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Okie dokie.
Teammate behind is 6.4 seconds.
Well, unless Vips is managing a problem, I don't see how I'm going to be able to catch up and actually be able to see them. Curb very, very hard indeed there. Right, that's half a second to Viscal. I just have to keep pushing, I think. Try and affecting some earlier braking so I can push. Ow! So I can push as I go through the corner and not once I've kind of gone through the whole thing, if that makes sense. Kind of by the apex, basically. Viscal is still behind. .7 behind at this stage. So they will pick up DRS, but again, not close enough really to be too threatening. At 13 of 15 here. So just have to hold it together for a couple of laps and we're good. A bit slow through there, I thought. Bump. A lot of bumping. Maybe an extra 10th on Viscal for that lap. So hopefully still enough potential to keep him honest, although wow, there's a lot right up in my mirror there. That didn't happen. Tyres are starting to quit. Viscal's closer this time. I think we're going to be looking at threat coming into turn 1. There's the DRS zone. I don't have it. He does. 0.5. But is fighting with someone else, so that might help. Because he's busy defending against Sato. Yep, while they're fighting each other, looks like Sato's just made the pass. I can focus on my thing. So, lap 14 of 15. Looks like Schwartzman's getting involved with Viscal, so it's all kicking off behind. Sato closing the gap. Viscal dropped behind Schwartzman. wheel spin coming out of that turn, but one of the better attempts through that sequence. It's getting harder to make that turn 15. Right, Sato, further behind, 0.9. I think that's too far back for them to be a threat. Going into turn 1 here. We're coming up to the last lap.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Good turn 2. Yep, Sato over a second behind. Let's make this a clean one. Too much wheel spin there, if I'm honest. Didn't enjoy that very much. A bit wibbly wobbly. Sato has closed the gap a little bit, 0.6. Attack that. That was good. If only I was that good the whole time. Marcus Armstrong. Here's the winner of the race. Vips no doubt has gone past. Sato is 0.8 behind. I don't think they've got a chance to overtake. So it looks like another podium position for Skip.
Well, mate, I can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
A good day. A good day indeed. Driver of the day! Very happy about that. Well done, me. Well done.
Then, coming into Parc Fermé, what an excellent win for the Dams team. So, Davide, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
It was down to one thing: consistent pace over everyone else out there on the track. We could spend a great deal of time talking about race and tire strategy, what is so cool on the track, but at the end of the day, the difference here was down to simply being faster on track than everyone else. Amazing skill on show.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Dams are your winners today.
Is the game glitching or is my PS4 about to die? There's so much flickering happening. Oh yes, XP, yes please. Oh, big fat nothing coming my way. Oh, lovely.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Marcus Armstrong takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Well, I'm going to have to give it to the Uni Virtuosi driver. They did a great job at getting the most out of tires without losing pace. That's a good skill to have.
And now a look at the team standings. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Another team that excelled today was Dams, who make further progress up the table. After all this drama, you would be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Just mad. Let's pay out on the prediction, shall we? My goodness, I'm actually warm. We had a prediction on where I would finish in the feature race. 8th or higher, or 9th or lower. Well, finished on the podium. 3rd place. That's 8th or higher. Jury, congratulations. More engagements coming your way. And better luck next time to Gilly Fam and Too Damn Lucky. Who, in this case, too damn unlucky. Let's take a look at that finishing order. Marcus Armstrong started first, finished first. Jury Vips started 4th, finished 2nd. Yours truly, Skip, started 8th, finished 3rd. A kamikaze run into turn 3 made all the difference there. In fact, both, I think everything up to turn 3 was relatively positive. That'll be interesting to look over the highlights there. Then it's Christian Lundgaard who started 3rd and dropped all the way down to 6th. That was a big sufferer in that race. My teammate Felipe Drogovic started 15th, made up some positions there, up to 12th. Looks like some of that might have actually been on raw pace as well and not through retirements. Further down the order, 2 DNFs. Schwartzman, who was putting pressure in the top 5, had a DNF, as did Liam Lawson, who was up there, you know, ahead of me for those first few laps. So that's kind of how we're looking there. Let's take a look at the highlights, and then we'll go over the full weekend results. So from 8th place, this is worth analysing, I think. So there I am, the blue car, just coming towards you there. That's already 2 positions. Maybe 3, actually. So that's 5th. And at this point, I've got Viscal and Jury Vips ahead. And here's that lunge into turn 3. Past 2 cars into 3rd. So, let's go back. Let's go back and just take a good look at this. So, as I pull away, so if you look to the right-hand side of the grid, I am the 4th car back. The car behind me, Piastri, looks to pull in. Schwartzman gets a great start here, actually. Sort of sandwiches himself in the middle and then veers off to the left for some reason. That's weird. Kind of lost him a bit of time. Anyway, there we go. Car number 3. That's me, just going off screen to the bottom right. So here we go. Look, so I'm now moving towards the inside of turn 1. We've got Sato and Lundgaard and Viscal. So I've already considered that I've passed Tictum. So where was Tictum? Was Have I confused Ticktum with Schwartzman? Ticktum is 1, 2, 3, 4 cars back. No. So he's the black and yellow car. So it just looks like he gets a bit of a sluggish start, and I've already passed him there. That's our side by side, car 5, car 3. So he just gets a slow start. That explains why. That explains why the car behind him, Piastri. That's Piastri, in fact. Veers out into the middle, and then goes back in behind. It's because Ticktum actually has a slow start. So before anything's really happened, I've already passed him. So that explains why I've got to 7th. And then I'm alongside Sato. Sato gets caught. Sato's what, car 25 here? No, nothing too messy there. There's car 24 in front, which might have frustrated him. But yeah, I mean, I've outbraked him. So then what we have, now I'm past Sato, is a little bumping of front wheels with Lundgaard. I'm sure I'll get a warning for that, but I mean, I end up comfortably past him into the apex. Then there's Viscal and Vips fighting on the exit of turn 1. So at this point, that's 5th place in the bag. Pretty angles. Here we go. Look, car 3 into turn 2. Very, very close here to Jury Vips ahead. There might be contact, I think. No, looks clean. But Vips and Viscal fighting ahead. Kind of trading places here. It's a drag race, basically, down this DRS straight between turns 2 and 3. Now, this was where I screwed up and did a flashback, and then just seemed to have a little bit of luck. Here we go, taking the inside line from 5th, already past Viscal, and there's Vips, past Vips as well, just slotting in between Vips and Lawson. And it's Lawson and Armstrong then who start to run away. I really wanted to keep up with him. Didn't happen. And then we're basically looking at me trying to stay within that top 3. Very close with Vips behind there. That's that left-right flick that I've had some problem with. You could see the bump. Tech Pro Barry actually did a wobble. Here we go. What happens on lap 3? I'm fighting with Vips. Vips has DRS at this point. Just has the overspeed. Viscal there also closing in. So here we go. This is, after the pit stops, a bit of a collision. Here we go. Look, pulling into the inside. Very aggressive, but making it stick. That was an important pass. That gets me to 4th. Lawson retires, which brings me up to 3rd. And now it's just a case of keeping the cars behind. Vips is nowhere to be seen. And that's the checkered flag. All happened early on, and then it was just a case of keeping the nose clean. What does the race director have to say about my racecraft? Let's find out. I think probably the pit strategy was the same across the board. Yep. Why would you break that? Incidents. There we go. A collision with Lundgaard, and Lundgaard a collision with me. Basically, we both got a warning for that coming together into turn 1. But that was it. Everything else was fine. Liam Lawson's mechanical failure, DNF there. Also part of the record. Let's take a look at the results for the entire weekend. This is how things look over the entire weekend. Marcus Armstrong with 4 points as the fastest qualifier and winning race 3 gives him maximum points. Well, I mean, could have scored something in the sprint, but maximum possible points really for him. 29. Here we go, look. Scoring 12 points in the sprint, 15 points in the feature race. Skip is taking away 27 championship points. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not expect to see anywhere near that much. I didn't think I was on for points even, especially after that practice session. Something happened between practice and qualifying. It must be the tyres. My teammate Felipe Drogovic, 0 points. The first of the non-scorers down the bottom of that list. But a surprising points haul. And that is, you know, it's not going to put me in contention for the championship itself, but I'm nowhere near lurking down at the bottom as I did before. Let's take a look at the standings, see how this all shakes out. A big leap. A big leap. From what was it, like 12th or 15th or something crazy with only 3 points up to 30 points. Puts me in 6th place, slightly ahead of Marino Sato, who has exactly the same. Probably down to finishing positions. Marcus Armstrong, 2 points ahead of Robert Schwartzman there. They are very close to each other at the top of the driver's standings. Yuri Vips with 3rd. And then a bit of a gap, really, behind that. Dan Ticktum, Oscar Piastri, very close. And then we're looking at a bit of a battle between Skip, Sato, Lawson, Drogovic, and even Jack Aitken. That's all very close, and things could really be quite threatening for all of us in the races ahead. But to be now in the top 6 is quite a surprise, to be honest. In the team standings, how do things look here? Well, Dam's had a very good weekend. I mean, they just did. Armstrong's win would have helped an awful lot. So that brings Dams up into 3rd place with 62 points in the team's championship. However, Uni Virtuosi Racing, my team, dined out on points that I earned them this time around. And we're in a comfortable looking 4th place there, 58 points. Triton and Carlin, much further behind. But we're definitely looking at having some pretty consistent races ahead to make sure that you know, the team can do strong and at least be in the top half of those standings there. That then is our race weekend done and dusted. A surprisingly good outcome there. I didn't expect to see that. Good points for me, good points for the team, and a track which has been a little bit difficult for me actually seemed to be pretty good today. Luck was on my side, maybe. All done. What's next? It's Silverstone. Round 4 of the Formula 2 Championship, the British Grand Prix. It's Silverstone. And look at those conditions. Sunny practice, sunny qualifying, showers during the sprint race, and a sunny feature race. The Great British weather strikes again. That, then, is what we'll be looking forward to next weekend. Formula 2 will continue next Sunday from 6 PM UK time as we practice, we qualify, we sprint, we feature race around Silverstone. That's a circuit with like less scary edges to it. You know, you're not going to be bumping straight into walls. So that might help a little bit. I'll look forward to that. Round 4 then comes up this time next week, Sunday, 7 PM. 6 PM, sorry, 7 PM. I'm already thinking about weekdays. No, incorrect. Incorrect data. This time next week, 6 PM UK time. A Sunday evening, I hear you say. Yes. Where the practice qualifying and 2 races at Silverstone will be coming your way. Do join me for that, won't you? Please do. I think we'll have a fun time.